So let us start with the arithmetic operator. Arithmetic operator are same as your mathematical concept. For example, like the plus, minus, multiplication, division, everything has the same meaning in C++ just as your mathematics. So for example, let's say I have a variable called int I equals 10 and float f equals 20.77, and if I want to add this number, let's say I want to store I plus f in a variable called result, so let's call it float result, and then I can do something like result equals I plus f. If I just do this, and then if I just print the value like cout result, as you can understand, this will print the value inside result, that is 10 plus 20.77. So let's run and see whether it is working accordingly. Well, exactly. So 10 plus 20.77 is 30.77, and that have been printed as the result. So the same way, so as you can understand, that plus operator has the same meaning as your mathematics. The same way is multiplication, division, and all the other operators, multiplication, division, or whatever it is. So they all have the same meaning, subtraction, everything. So let's just check the result of this multiplication, and as you can see, it is 207.7. So 20.77 times 10 equals 207.7. So there is nothing much to discuss about it, but there is an extra operator called modulus operator, or you can, for basic understanding, you can call it a remainder operator, available in C++. So let me get rid of this part of code. So the next operator, that arithmetic operator that we are going to discuss about, is remainder operator. So remainder operator means whenever you will divide two numbers, you get a quotient and a remainder when you divide two integer or whole numbers. For example, if you divide 5 and 2, you will get 2 as a quotient and 1 as a remainder. So that remainder you can get in C++ using this remainder operator. And in C++, the remainder operator is denoted as this percentage symbol. So this is not percentage like the normal mathematics, but it is remainder. So let's say int I equals 20 and int j equals 3, and now if I just try to do like result int result equals I remainder j, so the expected result is cout then result. So the expected result is 3 times 6 is 18, and remainder should be 2. So let's see whether we get 2 as a result or not. So as you can see, we got 2 as a result. Now let me show you another example. So let's say int float j 3.5. Can you calculate the remainder of I mod j now? That is 20 remainder 3.5. What do you think? In a normal mathematics, is it possible to calculate remainder of a whole number and a floating point, that is decimal point number? Well, it is not possible, and that is why if you try to run this program, you will get an error, because remainder operator works only with two integers and no floating point numbers. So that is one thing that you should remember. The other part that is may not be very much familiar in the mathematics, that you may not be very familiar in mathematics, that is called integer division. The division operator deviates a little bit from the normal mathematical concept. How? Let's see it now. So let's say this I, let's keep this value same, int I, the value of I is 20 and j is 3. And now if I just do the division over here, now whenever both the operands, that is the left hand operand and the right hand operand, both the operands of a division operator is integer, then the result is just the integer part of the division, that is 20 divided by 3. In mathematics, it comes as 6.6666, something like that, if you divide 20 by 3. But in C++, since both 20 and 3 are declared as integer over here, you are going to get just the integer part, that is 6, as a result. So let's run it and just check in here. So this is the concept of integer division. If both the operands of the division operator are integer, then it will return only the integer part of the result, not the part after the decimal point. But whenever one of them is declared as float, and then you can get the result as floating point number, the actual result, like 6.6667, like this. So this is how integer and the division operator deviates. If both the operators are integer, like this, so run, it will still return 6, only the integer part. But if either of them, either I or j, whatever it is, defined as float, then it will give you the correct result, the expected result in mathematics.